one of the first movies in the franchise of this long running 15-year franchise from the Illumination. Despicable Me, the first one. Yeah, this we're going back to the beginning. Then tomorrow I'm gonna do the second one, then the third one, and then Minions on Sunday because I'm not doing the podcast Friday or Saturday because I'm going to the convention. So I love those little corn pops with eyes. Oopaloo! Hello, Minion. This is about 90 minutes, so the chat's off because I don't want to deal with the chat today. No weirdos today. You keep your things to yourself. This is a kid's movie. I haven't seen the first movie since last year when the new movie was coming out. Despicable Me. And then the only thing I hated this movie is the main villain, Vector. It's not a good villain. Steve Carell's great. Kristen Wiig is only a supporting character here. But Jason Segel, I just don't like him as an actor. I never did. Russell Brand, I don't like him either. But Dr. DeFario's not in the film that much. He gets replaced in the later sequel. Kristen Wiig, yeah. But she's not Lucy here. She's another character, Miss Hattie. Yes, there's copyrighted music. Eat Home, Alabama. There's Miranda Cosgrove. She's Margot. Will Arnett's in this movie? I forgot. Danny McBride, Jack McBrayer, yeah. And Julie Andrews as Gru's mother. There's Jack McBrayer. Kids need a leash because they just run all over the place. This animation studio is from France. That's why the minions are voiced by a Frenchman, Pierre Coffin. Yeah, they crack me up. They make the films for me. Them, Gru, and the girls. They're just so funny, man. I like this one. I don't love this one like the sequels. Mainly because I'm like I don't like the villain here. This is the only one I think the villain completely blows chunks mostly. Because Minions, I'm like, it's Sandra Bullock. What do you expect? You're not gonna get much from her. But with the sequels, you get much better villains. You got Omacho in the second one. You get the Balthazar in 3. I love the was it the villain in the fourth one, and Rise of Gru had a bunch of villains in it. The Big Beer. There he is, Gru. He looks like the penguin, right? Yeah. He's cute. Yeah, see, he's averting your expectations. The kid didn't even cry. He just was like, wow, I'm shocked. Freeze Ray. Yep, Starbucks. I don't want to wait online. Despicable Me. Well, they gave him a tip, so he didn't steal it. Gru is just such a boss, man. That's why people like him. Because he's a villain in the first one, but in the sequels, they soften his character up. And Steve Carell just cracks me up, man. Because once he adopts the girls, yeah, they soften his character, but they do it the right way. Hello, Fred. I know, I have one. These movies just crack me up. They're all funny. Even 3 and 4. People say they're like the Shrek sequels after 2, but I'm like, guys, if they make me laugh and they're well animated and funny, and entertaining, what's the problem here? The last sequel I hated that was animated was Kung Fu Panda 4. I didn't care for it. It was a letdown because they took stuff away. At least in these movies, Gru's in all of them. The girls are in all of them. Well, all the Despicable Me movies, and the Minions are in all of them, at the very least. Because the girls are not in the prequels because Gru is a kid in Rise of Gru. There's the girls. They're so cute. There's Edith, Margot, and Agnes. A- Agnes, they had to change her voice twice because the actress was getting too old. The girls are cute. These movies are so cute, and these are gonna be perfect for my young niece because she's a little girl, so she's a baby girl, so she won't be watching anything on the CW. That's for sure. Plus, this year's the 15-year anniversary of the first movie, and don't you dare make a live action version of this Illumination because DreamWorks is already doing How to Train Your Dragon. I don't need more remakes. They're not going to be better. Things in animation you can't get away with in live action sometimes. It worked for Really Loud House. It doesn't work here. Leave it as an animated series. I don't want to see live action minions. It's just not going to work. Do something different. Yeah, here come the minions. 7 minutes into the movie. Plus, these movies gave Disney a run for their money. Well, one of them made $1 billion. Well, two of them made $1 billion. Yeah, Minions and Despicable Me 3. Ta-da! These little guys, they crack me up, man. Yeah. It's childish, but they make me laugh, man. They're all yellow corn pops with one or two eyes. How can I be? Hey, Stitch. There's a lot of them. They never made female minions. The minionettes, that would have been nice. They're doing one more. I think they're doing a Minions 3. Of course, because, these movies make money. They print money. A little. Well, so far, 2025 has been a mid for me. Eh. You saw NBC, yeah. I know. I know what the Jumbotron looks like. I've been to Times Square a lot since I was a kid. Again, you know why? Because the creators of the animated studio are French. Not the directors, just mostly the Dr. Nefarious. Dave. I gotta take a shower later. At least Gru doesn't try to kill somebody like Megamind does. Take these socks off. Hello, Gru! Yeah, that's the problem with some of these movies. They have Brits in them, but they're side characters usually. In the sequel, you have Steve Coogan in some of the sequels, but he's a good actor. Russell Brand is just nuts. He's off his rocker. He looks like he's on drugs all the time. The girls are so cute, man. Love those little girls so much. Edith with her pink hat, and then you have Margot with her little skirt, and then you have the little one Agnes with her overalls and her and a little ponytail. Home for Girls, Miss Hattie. This is Kristen Wiig. She does a southern accent here, but they loved her so much in this, they made her Lucy in the sequels. Hello, beautiful. They remind me of the Loud Girls. And it's good that Miranda got her own franchise. Josh said you would never be done. Yeah. Even if it's animated, it counts. Kristen Wiig, this is a franchise that worked for her because Ghostbusters did not. I'm sorry. She has a gorgeous voice, but it just couldn't save an unfunny script and bad sexist dialogue, you know. Sorry. At least this movie is not sexist. Their hair's cute. It's all fluffy and shiny. Poor kids. So that kid is in a box. Yeah, you would not do that in an animated movie today. Why? Because you can't treat kids like that. Julie Andrews. What a legend, man. And she'll always be Mary Poppins, not Emily Blunt. So suck it, Emily Blunt. Mm-hmm. She's a fun character, even though she's not in it much. But Vector's just, he's lame. It's just Jason Segel being Jason Segel. That's it. The bank. Dun 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 dun. And I like that they added Lucy in the sequel because they added a woman's touch to the movie. And she's not like Miss Hattie. She's very likable, and her voice is so sexy. I was like, of course she's got a sexy voice. You like women's voices, yeah. It's what happens when you're heterosexual, male and heterosexual. A woman's voice is like a siren song, and trust me, it is. 90% of the time. This animation still looks great, even 15 years later. It doesn't look dated at all. Because there's animated movies that came out like a couple years ago that look horrible. Like those, the Norm of the North movies came out years after this and it looked even worse. Because I'm like, how could you make an animated movie with polar bears look so crappy? The moon. Yeah, I remember the moon landing. One small step, one big step from large leap from mankind. That's grew as a kid. He's so cute. You saw Gru had a flashback. How long was it? Less than 10 seconds, guys. That's how you do a flashback. You do not stretch it out to 2 minutes. That's just a cheap way. So, again, suck it, Mission Impossible 8. You're not scary. You're not funny either. Will Ferrell was hilarious in 4. Balthazar, voiced by Randy Marsh from South Park. You know, it was one of his first kids movies. Trey Parker, yeah, he did great because he's like, yeah, it's hilarious, and he's an '80s villain. So and then you had El Macho, voiced by what's his face, Benjamin Bratt. He did great. You're not funny. You got. Get away, Hector. You're annoying. I got the collar. This has a really good voice cast. Mostly 2 people I don't care for in this movie. Just 2. I know. Again, you said that already. I don't like Vector. I don't care about Vector. Even in his shorts that I saw last year, I'm like, you're not funny. Because I like cartoon villains, but the Spot, who's a villain that you don't even see his face, is a better villain than Vector. Why do I say that, Josh? Like, you're just saying that. No. He's interesting. He looks interesting. His voice actor is awesome. Played by another Jason, not this guy. And he can go through portals in a Spot. That's really interesting to me. That's visually appealing to me. Because it's not thrown in my face. It's not the scene with Vulture where it looks like a... It looks like sand. It was sandpapered. It looks like a completely different animation. It's like brown for some reason. I don't know. But with the Spot is interesting. Poor elephant. They shrank the baby elephant. Those are the Asians because they have squinty eyes. But again, this was 2010, guys. Remember when this came out? Diversity wasn't shoved on our faces back then. There's the minions. That's Kevin, isn't it? Yeah, because he's the long minion with the long head. Because these are funny. Like, I didn't care for the Addams Family movies. The animated ones, I just thought they looked terrible. I know that's the original designs in the comics, but strip, but I'll take Wednesday. Wednesday is much better. It's dark, it's gothic, and it's got a great performance from both Emma Myers and Jenna Ortega. They're adorable in this. This is at a time where Jason Segel was in so many movies. He was in this, Bad Teacher, The Muppets, and all this other stuff. Like, you're not a good actor. I'm glad he's not doing much anymore. Yeah, I'm better than you. I love Steve Carell, man. He's so funny, man. These midgets take delight in everything they do. I love them. They make me laugh, man. That's the thing. Vector's not scary at all. He wears an orange jumpsuit. I'm like, what are you, the jumpsuit guys from Hawkeye? Those guys at least were funny. You're not. You're just an annoyance. There's a reason he doesn't come back until the 4. And he's just a cameo in that. He shrunk his. Yeah, I know. I'm not claustrophobic. I've been in this room for 2 years and I could barely move in here. Yeah, I don't like him either. I'm just not a fan. I think he's a lame duck villain that easily could have been cut out of the movie. Either Gru is the main villain or somebody else because I just don't care for him. He's not funny. He's not scary. He's not. You know how they said the villain in the what was it, the Puss in Boots: The Last Wish? They said that he's scary because it's a wolf. Wolves are scary. Some guy in an orange jumpsuit is not scary. Yeah, they crash. You notice Edith never takes her hat off. She has that pink hat to him. This is the movie where it says it's so fluffy. Yeah. They wanted these movies to be cute, and they are. Vector's Fortress V. There's a reason the letter V is racial appropriation. Yeah, again, 2010 guys, not 2025. Things were different back then. That's when a white guy in a movie could dress up as a Jamaican. It's a joke, by the way. Not. He has a Nintendo Wii again. Product placement in a kids movie. Yeah, because this was 2010. Again, the Wii U didn't come out till 2013 in the U.S. And then the Switch was a couple years later. And the Switch 2 is coming out in 3 days, but I'm not getting it. I'm happy with my first Nintendo Switch. Excuse me. Sometimes I love the heroes in the movie, but I don't care for the villain. He's definitely no Robotnik or even Shadow. Shadow was intimidating and scary and bad ace. Plus, Keanu Reeves' voice was intimidating. He's literally rubbing his bum on the keyboard. You're disgusting, dude. You know machines can't do everything for you, right? Like walk. There's the girls again. They're so cute, man. Ah, suck it. Wow, this villain is so stupid. He let him in. You're gonna hurt a bunch of little girls, not in a kids movie. No, this isn't Angela's Ashes, guys, or Lord of the Flies or something like that. Look at them. They're adorable, man. I hope my little baby Esther, my niece. I hope my niece is as cute as those girls are. Ah. And you notice in this one, the minions are side characters. I almost had a cavity. And Steve Carell has kids, so he's so good. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, she's gorgeous. It's funny. They're so cute. No. No. Oh. Yeah, I just she has a very sexy voice, guys. So I'm gonna be saying that a lot in these movies. If I see her at Comic Con, I'm gonna say that you have a sexy voice. It's gonna be like, yeah, you do. Why not say what's on my mind, guys? I know she's married, but she has a sexy voice. I can listen to Kristen Wiig read the newspaper, and it's gonna turn me on. It's just that's how it is. She's one. She has easily the sexiest voice I've ever heard of any SNL actress in the last 50 years. I swear. Like I hear that voice. I disagree with John Belushi. May he rest in peace. That he said women aren't funny. This woman is not only funny, but her voice sends me. It's like I talk like this. Oh no, especially in the sequel. In the sequel, I just lose my mind. She doesn't do the accent because Lucy's a different character. She's thin. Even though I like plus size women too. Would love to adopt kids because then I don't have to change diapers because I really don't want to do that. That poor kid. Yeah, we're 29 minutes in. Gru has some of the coolest gadgets and gizmos, but Vector's just like a subpar version of Gru. Oh yeah! Was Jason Segel? Were you drunk when you right when you signed the contract for this movie? Yeah, he sounds like he's drunk. Oh, what are you looking at? Ah. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with them. At least Sandra Bullock, I remember her in Minions. She's not drunk in that movie. Yellow. Yeah, he's no Megamind. That was a much better villain because Will Ferrell's funny. Groot is Gru, not Groot. There is no PPS. Yeah, he's just written poorly. Why do you look like John Lennon? It's like John Lennon with a bowler cut haircut, like this, like Mo from the Three Stooges. He's great, man. Just these kids, they're so adorable, and they're voiced by, well, two of them are voiced by women. Edith, well, was like a teen or something, and then Miranda Cosgrove was like an older teen. She was not a kid. They're not like in the Loud House in the cartoon. Most of the voice actors are in their 30s, 40s, or 50s, voicing children. No, Annie is a fairy tale, guys, compared to this. Annie wasn't realistic because I'm like, who lives in an orphanage for 11 years? That's way too long. That's an Iron Maiden. No, don't worry. No, there's no blood in this movie. That's not blood. It's a kids movie. See, the juice boxes. They're not going to show blood in a kids movie, guys. Like blood spilling. No, that's PG-13 or R. Not a PG movie. Even Mario, when he got punched or kicked or whatever, he was not. That's the air. Or giggle. Mm-hmm. This movie's funny, man. At least they're voiced by girls. There's none of this gender confusion. There's none of that here because you let boys be boys and girls be girls. Man, this is so funny, man. See, they're side characters here. They didn't know that they were in a block. Yep, robots. Why is he so old? Because again, people age. They could do any Despicable Me movie. They could do one in space and I'll laugh. Because this isn't get declining results like receipts like the Ice Age movies. Those stopped being funny after like three. Because 4 was horrible. 5 was okay, but it could have been better. And 6 was the worst of the entire series. That spin-off, Buck Wild, horrible. The animation looked like crap. It looked awful. The poor dog. He's floating. Eh. The fart gun, yeah. Ha ha ha. AI. It disintegrated her horse. Yeah, it is. She's holding her again. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, I hope baby Esther is not like this. I'm gonna give her big toys so that it does she can't put it in her mouth because never give a child under 3 toys that are like or anything that has small parts like this because it could get stuck in their throat. But boy, a boy, a boy. Just though they're wearing a mustache. A baby minion. You spend it. A department store, yeah. It's like a Walmart. A boy. Yeah, I know that stuff. It's make goes right to your hips, man. Karaoke. Yeah, that's a Coca Cabana. I got banana. What? Yeah, that's a meme. Ah. They got a rocket, man. He's so cute, man. But boy, they're cute, man. See, they couldn't find a toy for her, so they made her one. That was cute. That was nice. And then, of course, she gets that big unicorn in at the I think it's like the state fair or something, or the carnival. Yeah, it's a cute movie, and its heart is in the right place. This is why it became a franchise, and some did not. Like that Teenage Kraken movie, I didn't care for it. Even the animation was just, it was weird. It wasn't the actors that were the problem. It was just weird. See the pink. That's cute. She's a really dark ballet, by the way. Did you see Black Swan? Yeah, that movie's nothing like this movie. That movie's depressing and dark, and it doesn't have any pretty colors. It's a gorgeous movie, and Natalie Portman's performance, it's superb. I love it. I've always loved her, and people like, why? Look at her, listen to her. They're pink. Yeah. Wearing little pink skirts because they are girls. Because that's a very dark play. So it's like if they were doing Hamlet or something. Yeah, there's not. It's. I love my mommy. Oh yes. No, sorry, ProZD. I can't do it. I can't do it. Not yet. You'll have to wait till July because that's when Pride Month is over. No, you're not Superman. He's gonna let three girls go in by themselves without adult supervision. Yeah, Cookie Pots OS. That's a lot of money for cookies. One box is all I'll get. Just cute, man. Yeah, they look like pajamas, like orange pajamas. You saw the security status down. Always secure your stuff, guys. Never leave it out in the open. I once left a book bag in my in a gym, inside of a gym locker, and somebody stole it. That's why I always leave my book bag where I can find it. I bought things at Comic Con that cost less money than that. Yes, this movie was in 3D. Yeah, just Vector weak. Weak villain. Maxime, that's the name of the villain before. He's way better than this villain because Will Ferrell commits. So no matter what you think about Sofia Vergara or this plot, Will Ferrell is one of those actors that commits to his craft. No matter what accent he's doing or if he's screaming or whatever, no, he commits. Just like Brian Stepanek in The Loud House, in both the cartoon and the live action show. When he commits, he commits. I'd rather somebody be committed than just phoning it in or acting, not even doing a voice. Commitment is very important, guys, in anything. Whether it's a job or in a relationship or anything, commit. Even my YouTube channel, I commit. That's why I do it every week. I don't take weeks off. A Sharknado? No, that was 3 years later. That looks like the Looney Tunes logo. This isn't a Warner Brothers movie. This is Universal. It's like, why is it? Why did they take his pants off? These movies are funny, man. Wait till you get to two. I'm gonna be laughing. Yeah. Goodbye. Ta-da. And there's the music from the second one. Fly me, fly me. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. I wanna go. Thank you. See, someone that enforces the rules. It's a roller coaster. They can't go by themselves unless you're an adult. My baby, my little niece can't go on a roller coaster until many years from now. It's fun. Whee! He's getting sick. They put this music in the beginning of the second movie. This is we're 50 minutes in, so we're more than halfway. Poor Gru. You saw his face. Yeah, this isn't an episode of The Really Loud House. Yeah, I love it. I love what he does. My dad wanted a dog for Jessica, for my sister, but it wasn't. It was bigger than that. Ready? Let's go. They rigged these games, man. Then he shoots the thing down. There's the ball. It hit. See, this rigged. She hit the. Okay, Felix. He, he's not a professor. Look at that face. He's like, yep. My toy torn. Yeah, watch. He's not gonna pay for it. He's like, she hit that, and she was supposed to win. Yep, that's an awesome gun. Whee! Gravity gun from Spider-Man: Homecoming. Whee! Yep. Now you're out of business, buddy. Yep, it disintegrated. Mm-hmm. Here it comes. Yep. It's a fluffy. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Good for him. That guy. That guy. All they care about in these theme parks is money, or gift cards. You know, cards with money. These movies make me happy. They're funny. They came out when I'm way past my childhood, so I would have loved if these movies came out in the 80s and the early 90s. That looks good. 12 dies? These people talk so weird. It's days, not dies. No, but Jason Segel, I think he had a few too many in this movie. Half its dialogue, he sounds like he's drunk. Mm. And the minions sell. Stitch is not the only character that the for kids that sells really well. Get it? The moon. Crust, yeah. Yeah, he is. It cracks me up, man. These movies are a joy to watch. No, this guy's dead serious. Because this is a kids' movie. Parents that took their kids to see Sausage Party, I'm like, guys, just because it's animated like this does not mean it's for kids. Because it has dialogue that's like straight out of a South Park episode. So okay, another flashback, another flashback. Eh, eh. Poor kid. Wonder why Gru became a villain in the first place. Sheesh, he squished an apple with his hands. Damn, that's a lot. Because the minions took over because they stole the show, especially in the sequels. They just crack me up, man. They're an acquired taste. There's definitely you're either gonna love these things or hate them. Eh? Oh, couple of coins. See, those girls love him. They have money. Of course, they have money. Of course, they have money. The minions, the voices of the minions are part of the creators of this franchise. Exactly. I haven't been a part of a bank in 13 years. I have my own money that they can't steal from me with interest rates. Yeah, get out of here. The minions are loaded with cash. They had a watch too that they could pawn. I don't want to keep my money. I don't want a bank to get it. I just don't trust them. I'd rather get a vault in my room and then put my money in there. A safe. A pink shirt. It's why you don't mix pink with what? He's cute. Woohoo! And this is the same studio that made one of my favorite, let's face it, my favorite Illumination movie, the Mario movie. Because they went from this to creating one of the greatest movies of the 2020s with animation that blew my mind. Swan Lake, May 26th. I could take this hat off because I'm getting a headache. It's fine. The movie's almost over. We're an hour in. His son is Vector. Nepotism. It's no difference. They can please. Josh, you're not even like this. You wear glasses, but you're more interesting than this idiot because at least this idiot has no personality. He talks like this. Those guys saw me cookies. That's not a voice. You sound more manlier than that, Josh. You don't talk like this. It's like he's doing a voice of a nerd, and I'm like, you're not a nerd, Jason Segel. Not a threatening villain in the slightest. Edith never takes her hat off. Reverse psychology. Finger puppets. This is cute. This movie's adorable. Definitely watch it with your kids. It won't hurt them. Like some of the Pixar movies that they made, like Lightyear. No, that movie is not really for kids. So go to bed. Go far. It's hard to read a story in another accent. Let me put this up so you guys can hear me. That is cute, yeah. Yeah, that's nothing. Wait till you read Twilight or cats are not supposed to drink milk. Aw. They're so cute, man. The Gru family. So they added them. All systems are go. No, they don't. Again, butt shots. Clink. Plus, I wanted to do a podcast for movies that are much lighter. I don't want to do anything super dark like I did in May. They're so cute, the minions. Yeah, see, he's all by himself. He can't do it alone. Talks a shame. There's a pink suit. He puts a pink ticket in his pocket. See, there's some clever ideas in this movie. Like I said, the only gripe I have mainly is the villain. It's just he's lame. Even his voice, I just like, why? We're almost done. We're 70 minutes in. No chat to bother me, so good. Suck on that, bots. Oh yeah! Shut up. Thank you. Idiot. What are you, Spider-Man? You're an idiot. You saw the minions in space and he can breathe up there. Well, the minions aren't human, so I guess they're mutants or something. I don't know. The minions are so happy. The moon looks great in animation. It really does. No gravity. You can't steal the moon because it's part of the sky. If you take it out, there won't be any sunlight. You know, the sunlight will be forever. It'll cause a shift in the Earth's atmosphere. See, told you. Yeah, no moon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you saw he has the ticket. It's floating in space because there's no gravity up there. Kevin. No, but Kevin is the one with the long head, isn't he? Yeah, I guess they change it in the sequel. You saw those big soulful eyes. I thought that migration was okay. It was fine. It's not as good as these, but that's because it wasn't. It was funny, but it was also, I don't know, just very typical. You know, it's about birds flying, migrating from one place to another. Really, the plot was kind of basic. It's more for little kids, and it's more. It was fine. It's with birds. I like movies more with a human touch because there's a lot of talking animal movies. You got Zootopia and the Sing movies and the Lion King and all this. So they're filming with their cameras. Vector, who's not threatening. Oh, yeah, that's dangerous, kids. Don't ever do that. Don't spin so fast that you can't see your eyes. It could be very bad for your heart. The recital's over. No, that's the wrong place. Bring the moon. V. You kidnapped the girls, you sick bastard. Yes, give me the man. Yeah. Take that, Jason Segel. I almost said George Segel. No, may he rest in peace. Jason Segel can suck it. There's a reason he didn't come back for the sequels until 4, and that was at the very end. No, you're super protected. Yeah, Crew's not messing around. Did you see what? Yeah, did you see what Arnold did at the end of The Running Man? He's like, I'm gonna rip out your freaking spine. Hope you have enough room for my fist, because I'm gonna jam it down your throat and rip out your damn spine. I'm like, that's something that's not gonna be in the remake. Trust me. Even if it's more faithful to the book, what Arnold said is just one of the coolest lines in any movie he said. Yep, didn't get him. Jaws. Yeah, take that. That's what you got to do with a shark. Punch him right in the nose. That'll teach him. Hey, if it's my life or theirs, I'm going with me. Not letting no shark eat me. He grew as determined, man. This animation still looks great. 15 years later, this movie holds up really well. Oh no. Ah, the minions. You kidnapped them. Even El Macho doesn't do that. He the Nefario principle. Yeah, that's how big the Death Star is, the size of a moon. Now you got Team back there. Yeah. I don't know what voice that was, guys. Even Will Ferrell tried harder than this guy. That's why he got more screen time. Because he was gonna hurt a baby. He turned a baby into a bug. Into like a mix of a human bug hybrid. That these girls are brave, man. The first two movies, it's the same voice actors. It's just Agnes, they had to change her voice because by 3, her voice was too old. You know, she wasn't a little girl anymore. It's a father-daughter story, in a way. And Father's Day is in 2 weeks, so... Vector. It's like, I'm gonna steal this Nickelodeon thing because it matches my suit. Yeah, no, you're not a Nickelodeon actor, Jason Segel. Miranda's one of the biggest Nick stars that we've ever had in the past 2 decades. Yeah, her and Victoria Justice. They were 2 of the biggest stars in the world in 2010. They were, because their shows were very popular and they're still popular to this day. And unlike some celebrities that lost their status, they didn't get canceled during the pandemic. You're an idiot, Vector. Endangering the lives of children? Yeah, that alone. You saw they did a chain like in Iron Man 3. Good stuff, man. I love these movies. Well, this one I really like. I just don't like the villain. He makes my enjoyment a little bit less than the sequels. The sequels, I love those sequels more. Because, Vector's just an idiot. That's where you belong. Ah! Yeah, you are so foobarred, buddy. That's where the moon belongs, up in the sky. Mm-hmm. Right next to the earth. Yep, that's where you get it. It's like rainbows. They don't belong on flags. They belong in the sky. Anti-hero. These movies are adorable, man. Incidental. It's a good movie for kids. See, some people write their life experiences in a book, and that works. Whether it's fiction or nonfiction. Gru's a great character, man. I love this character so much. The girls and the minions and Gru, they sell the movies for me. No matter how dumb the plot is, guys. They give the heart. They're the heart of the films. All of the films, even in the Minions sequel, the sequel to the Minions movie. Gru as a kid, he's great. He is. I love those kids and these actors. Yeah, just they're wonderful, man. He's kissing all of the minions again. They're the money makers for this franchise, and then they do a nice dance. Yeah, all these movies have old music in it. All four of them, and the two spin-offs as well. Because these directors like old music, like James Gunn and Tarantino and even Christopher Nolan put some old music. Yeah, they got to finish the recital since they got abducted. Dun, dun. Now, time to remix. Dun, dun. Yeah, here comes some old music. That's why I think that's the Bee Gees. You should be dancing. Yeah. Old music is best. Dancing. I'm looking forward to the bad guys too. Ah. Dancing. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, take that, TikTok. You don't need a minute just to get a good dance scene at. Ooh. The second movie, just the ending just cracks me up when they do the YMCA. Yeah. It's a fun movie. Yeah. I'm glad I got to rewatch it again after a year. You saw the minion is still in the act. He's still in space, and yeah, he can breathe. Yeah. You should. And how long is it? An hour and 27 minutes. Not 2 hours, guys. And that was Despicable Me. Two directors, again, just like the Spider-Verse movies. Yeah, and these movies are just, they're fun, man. They're enjoyed a lot. Based on a story by Sergio Pablos, yeah. Pharrell does the music in some of these movies, yeah. Here's the Minions post-credit scene. Eh. The sequel is much funnier, though, too, man. I saw it in the theater a lot, and I was laughing every time I was there. Apoy. Yeah, they have to have a post-credit stinger. Hans Zimmer did the music produce. He produced the music in this movie. Is there any other scenes? Let me just skip a little bit. Yeah, there's more scenes. I could just stop here. You guys have seen the scenes. There's no like post-credit stinger. It's just the minions doing their foolishness. But I'm glad I got to do this without the chat. Thanks for watching, whoever did. Acknowledge me, and tomorrow I'll be doing Despicable Me 2. My favorite in the franchise till this day. Yeah, 2 is next. So see you in the next one.